what do I like and can't stand? Let's see, who is that asked that question again? Wolfgang Blaze. Dooku Jedi Lost. That was cool. I like it. It added some good lore to Star Wars, to the prequel series, to a lot of the Sith stuff that the Jedi Temple was hiding underneath the temple. Master and Apprentice. I like that book. I remember it had a part in it that I was kind of like iffy on. I was like, oh gosh, what are we doing with this story? And then it picked up, and I was happy. Episode 1, Phantom Menace. I did actually read that novelization. I have not reviewed it. I probably won't. I probably will eventually. But I enjoyed it. I did. I think that's one. It's by Terry Brooks. I think people have mixed feelings on that one. Queen's Peril. Just touched it. That was bad. That was so bad. Queen's Peril. Horrible. Barf in my mouth and then swallow it. Horrible. Queen's Shadow. Just as bad. Well, a little less bad because it doesn't have bloody periods all over the place. And just stupid things. It's just stupid. We got Anakin saying, I really like flying. Then it skips to something else. Like, you have to know the events of episode 1. Like, you have to be like us nerds that know everything about episode 1, like how it all folds out, what everything that's going on, to understand things from the Queen's Peril to have it line up to be exact. Because if you're like, oh, I'm going to read Queen's Peril. Well, did you see episode 1? Yeah, I saw it once. Clueless. So Queen's Peril. Horrible. Anakin. I like flying. A couple paragraphs later. I really like flying. Ugh. We have Attack of the Clones. Novelization. Haven't read it yet. Thrawn. Because when I get to the novelizations, I'll get to those when I get to them in, Expanded Universe territory. So I gotta make sure I line myself up here again because I moved the camera. And then we've got, what did I say? Thrawn Ascendancy. Okay. I enjoyed that a lot. I just released the spoiler-free review. Stories of Light and Dark. I listened to I read the first story inside of it. Listened to the second one in audio book. It is just novelizations of select episodes of the Clone Wars. Clone Wars is one of those things that was kind of iffy for me. Sometimes I liked it. Sometimes I wanted to shoot myself in the face. The Clone Wars novel. I guess this is the novelization of the film. Have not read it, but I have it here on this shelf. And I have another copy on the Expanded Universe shelf because I guess it crosses over. Dark Disciple. Did not like that book. I like Christy Golden, but I did not like that book. So I didn't like it, and people hated me for it. We've got Revenge of the Sith. Have not read it. And I do have all these novelizations in paperback on the Expanded Universe shelf. Then we've got Ahsoka. Do not like it. And guys, this is like the first, it might not be the first, but one of the first that I recognized contradictions in Star Wars canon. In the Clone Wars cartoon, she had one left in the snow and Vader finds it and he's like, oh, Ahsoka's lightsaber. In the book, she had both of her lightsabers buried in a fake grave and then she got them back. So, yeah. Wonder who did that? Filoni. We got Tarkin. This book was alright, and a lot of my opinions have changed over time. So just be aware. Because, when things soak in your brain for a while, you're like, well, yeah, I know I liked it, but then I started thinking about it, and then later on, I didn't like it, or you didn't like it, and then, oh yeah, well, I think I did like it now. Tarkin, not as good as I claimed in my review now that time has passed. Kind of dull. Lords of the Sith. I enjoyed that one a lot. I actually listened to that one on audiobook format. Again, well, for the first time, listened to it. I read the book when it came out. I listened to it last year, and I really enjoyed it again. So, Lords of the Sith, A+ from me. Catalyst, love that book a lot. Very good. It's a prequel to Rogue One, and basically A New Hope as well. Cool character in there. Has Obit. I know some of you people might have heard us heard me talk about that in one of the live streams previously about who do I want to have come back more as Obit. He's in Catalyst. Okay, then we've got Leia, Princess of Alderaan. That was a good book, decent. Claudia Gray. Star Wars Most Wanted. Another one that's just kind of like a mediocre, like, oh, yeah. Nothing really just that sticks out, but it was fun. Thrawn by Timothy Zahn. I gave this like an A+ or something. Probably would have downgraded that now to like a D- or C. A New Dawn. I didn't like that one when I read it, really, because it was Rebels, and I didn't watch Rebels at the time, which I have watched it since. I finished off, just to clarify, I have finished the Clone Wars series and Rebels. I haven't finished off that other one, Resistance. Still have some episodes to go on that. We've got Thrawn Treason. I thought it was okay. With Thrawn Alliances, didn't really like that one. I think I said I like it a lot, but then after a while, that one downgraded for me. Thrawn Treason, that was okay. Don't really remember much about it. Rebel Rising, I like that. It's about Jyn Erso and her being raised up to basically be a rebel. Pirate's Price, it's one of these little, we got these things here. One of these I started and I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to finish this. So, don't care. Lando's Luck, don't care. Solo by Mur Lafferty, novelization. Thought it was okay. Rogue One by Alexander Freed. Good stuff. Like that one a lot. We have A New Hope by Alan Dean Foster, but it says George Lucas. Haven't read that one yet. From a certain point of view, like I said, nope, not for me. Inferno Squad, well, yes, I like Inferno Squad. As my review, a little snippet of my review, made it to the paperback version on the back cover. We've got Smugglers Run. It's one of these books, Journey to the Star Wars Force Awakens. No, I didn't like that. Then we've got Heir to the Jedi. Guys, that was such a bad book. That might be the worst in canon. It might be worse than Aftermath, guys, to be honest with you. Heir of the Jedi was one of those books that after I finished it, I was embarrassed that I read it. So bad. That was like my first rant review that I posted. Then we've got Weapon of a Jedi, horrible. Battlefront Twilight Company, still an A+. I need to revisit that one. Alexander Freed did an amazing job. We've got Empire Strikes Back, haven't read it. Moving Target, one of those little kid books again, or junior novels. Didn't like it. Alphabet Squadron, like we already said, wasn't too happy about it. Shadowfall, loved it. Aftermath, bleh. Aftermath Life Debt, I thought was a little bit better than Aftermath. Like, oh, okay. Well, Chuck's kind of redeeming himself a little bit, maybe. And then Empire's End happened. Sucks. Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. Still like it. Still one of my favorites. Last Shot. Hated that one. Then we have Bloodline, which is a good one, by Claudia Gray. Then we've got Phasma, which is a Mad Max Star Wars book. I didn't really like it that much, I don't think. But as time went on, it actually kind of was okay. You know, it's like, I know that one got a lot of bashing on that one. A lot of people did not like Phasma. But in my head later on, years down the road, alright, I guess. I might need to revisit it. I know there were some stupid parts in it, but which one of these books? Well, I guess I can name a few that don't have stupid parts. But then we go on to Canto Bight, which is like a short, it's got a couple short stories from different authors like Saldine Ahmed, Ray Carson, Merrick Grant, and John Jackson Miller. So John Jackson Miller. Then we've got Poe Dameron Freefall, which was an okay read. But it was like him in his youth and how he left his father because his mother had passed, and he's like, "Oh, I want to be my own man," type thing, and he escapes Yavin 4, or gets away, runs away from home, joins the Spice Runners of Kijimi, which in the Rise of Skywalker, he's like, "Oh, you have a history with these people." Yeah, not really. There's absolutely no spice running while he's a spice runner. Weird. And then, like I said, we got that Aliens book that I never read. And then we have Star Wars Force Collector. To be honest with you, The only thing I remember about this book is that the main character he passed out, like force overload in his brain, and then he collected like little force things and like would get that force sight. I don't know what they called it, but when he touched an object, he'd sense what happened and like, oh, there's dark things attached to this. Like, oh, I can hear the voice of so and so. Not memorable. So, meh. Then we got Star Wars Before the Awakening. Yeah, that was lame, I guess. I mean, it was like, oh, here's a prequel novel, a junior prequel novel to The Force Awakens with all the characters. And no. We got Star Wars The Force Awakens. To me, that novelization was not very good. It was just a straightforward, yeah, there were a couple little additions to it, but nothing that was special and like, oh, this was a cool novelization. And then we got the Legends of Luke Skywalker, Led to Nowhere. Cobalt Squadron, which was a horrible book. You had the Last Jedi novelization, which to me was better than the film for sure, but still, it's The Last Jedi. And honestly, though, too, that's one of my favorite covers for the new canon. I think that's a really cool look. Just looks nice to me. Then we've got Star Wars Black Spire. This is Galaxy's Edge Black Spire. That one was, in my opinion, I kind of liked it. Some of the stuff didn't make any sense towards the end, but I kind of liked it. A Crash of Fate, which also can't remember anything about it. Kind of lame. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend that one. Haven't read it. This next one I have not read either. I intended to before I saw the film, but never did. Spark of Resistance. Star Wars Resistance Reborn. People hate this book. People do not like this book. I do have something I want to say about this. I enjoyed it. I thought the villain was one of the better villains that we had in a lot of these Star Wars books. It felt more than just like a villain of the week. The guy was a greedy bastard and got what came to him. And we got, like, yes, it was a very connective story. I said it in my review. This is like the most EU book than all the other ones. This one tied in characters from other books, from past movies, from video games. This book tied it together. This is what the whole thing should feel like, was to me in this. And then, of course, we got the Rise of Skywalker, where none of this mattered, which sucks. Then we have Star Wars Rise of Skywalker novelization, which was okay. I think it had some cool stuff in it that I liked it better than the movie. Had some cool stuff that we did not get from the movie, which is, what I like to see in a novelization.